A tattered grey hem, a neglected corner of a churchyard, and a silent figure drifting through the marsh mists. Stay with me because you need to hear how this one ends. It's one story you're going to want to be sharing. Standing at the edge of a long straight path between Needham Market and the village of Barking isn't just a route for people today. It's a causeway of memory, a raised track through the marshy lowlands that's seen centuries of local life pass by. While plenty of visitors head to this corner of Suffolk to check out the incredible 15th century timber roof of St Mary's Church, others come because they know the legend of the figure that appears when the light starts to fail. She's known locally as the Grey Lady, a soul tethered to the Suffolk earth by a betrayal that felt heavier than the flint stones of the church tower. The story starts centuries ago with a woman whose whole life was defined by a promise that was cruelly broken. I'm standing on the very green where local law tells us she was deeply devoted, her future completely entwined with a partner who eventually turned his back on their vows. He didn't just leave her, he vanished into the arms of another woman, leaving his former love to face the sharp whispers and judgment of a small, tight-knit community on her own. In an era where a woman's reputation and security were often tied directly to her betrothal, the weight of this public abandonment was absolute. Driven by a despair that didn't find any comfort in the living world or the counsel of the church, she sought out a lonely, neglected corner of the St Mary's graveyard. It was there beneath the heavy canopy of the old trees that she took her own life. The rigid religious customs of the time often dictated she be buried in unconsecrated ground or at the very fringes of the cemetery, forever separated from the rest of the congregation. Death, however, didn't bring peace to her troubled spirit. Witnesses over the years have described a mist-like figure dressed in faded, tattered grey, emerging from that same dark, overgrown corner of the churchyard. She doesn't stay among the headstones. Instead, she drifts with purpose toward the causeway, the very path her lover took when he walked out of her life and toward the market town. She's seen gliding along the raised road toward Needham Market, her head turning as if she's scanning every passing face for the one person she lost. There isn't any malice or threat in her presence, just a profound and hollow sorrow. She's a woman frozen in the moment of her greatest grief, walking the boundary between the village she knew and the horizon that swallowed her happiness. Some say she'll only find release when she finally encounters the spirit of the man who broke her heart. Or perhaps when the causeway itself finally forgets the footsteps of those who once lived and loved here. Until then, she remains a grey sentinel of Suffolk, waiting for a man who will never return. I shoot these videos for you to help spread awareness of my holiday business, Woodfarm Barns, by sharing historic stories of Suffolk. Some of the stories you'll be aware of, some you won't. But I bet you can instantly think of 3 people who would find this interesting. So why not share it with them right now and subscribe to our channel for more content like it.